this is Miss Walsh, your friendly saxophone teacher. I'm going to do another page of Rubank, and we are on page 6, which is also lesson 5. In as I usually do, I'm going to record everything first, and then afterwards, I'm going to talk through everything that I can think of that might help you with working on this page. All right. So before we begin, let's do our playthrough. Let me pick a good tempo. That's pretty good. Not too fast. Okay. Get ready. This is exercise number 1. Here we go. 1, 2, ready? Okay, number 2. And 1, 2, ready? Okay, next is number 3. And 1, 2, ready? Okay, number 4. And 1, 2, ready? Number 5. Here we go. And 1, 2, ready? I'm going to also do number 5 a little bit slower, and I'll put that in the bottom so you can choose which one you want. Okay. A little bit slower. Let's do 63. Okay, one more time. And 1, 2, ready? And finally, number 6. A little bit faster. Okay, and 1, 2, ready? Okay, so now I'm going to talk through a few things that I want to mention about this page, things that I tend to talk about with students. In exercise number 1, so we're continuing to get a little better at articulating. So a few pointers that I want to mention. When your tongue is going up and touching the reed, make sure it's only touching the sharp part of the reed. I know I've said that before. A way you can test that is touch the tongue to the top of your teeth, like your top teeth, and feel that sharp part of the teeth going into the tongue. That's how the reed should feel, the sharper part going into the tongue. If you feel a flat part of the reed at all, you're too far under, and that kind of muffles and thunks when you articulate. So make sure it's the sharp part. If you haven't done that before, it's going to tickle. The reed is vibrating, so it's going to tickle your tongue. But eventually you get faster at it, and maybe we get immune to it or something. So eventually you don't notice it anymore. For me, that took a week of good articulating before that tickly feeling went away. But it does go away if you do it. So don't not do it just because it feels weird. It will stop feeling weird eventually. The other thing I want to mention is have the tongue go down quick. Don't linger. Sometimes I hear like tia, tia. So that sound, that means that the tongue is just starting to drop and there's a bit of higher pressure. And we don't want that. We want to go straight to, as fast as possible, to the position the tongue is going to be in to get the note to come out. So da, da, like drop immediately. And make sure that the back part of the throat also stays kind of open. I've been thinking about this a lot. Sometimes the back of the throat kind of clenches as we're tonguing. Make sure everything opens up at the same time. Finally, for exercise 1, C to D is very challenging, and it would be worth spending some time on just that. D, you're closing everything. So it's like it needs more pressure to get it going, where C is a lot more open. So if you don't do anything different with the air, your C is going to pop out and your D is going to sound like closed and muffled. Like da, da. We don't want that. So we have to adjust our air for that. Push into the D. So a split second before you play that middle D, increase the air pressure. On C, relax the air pressure right away. I was a college student working on C's and D's to get them exactly perfect. So start now and you won't have to wait until college. Exercise 2, we have a good old fashioned sequence. I don't have a whole lot to say on this one. It's a pretty self explanatory pattern. You just are following the pattern. Um, Use more air pressure on the higher notes, the middle D's and E's, less air pressure. It really does go over that break a lot. Kind of focus on what I just said for C's and D's, but also middle E's and low G's and low A's and things like that. Number 3, we have a new note, but we've played low A before. This is a high A. A few things about high A. High A is the first note on our saxophone where the octave key on the top here opens up. On middle D, middle E, middle F, and high G, this one doesn't open up. A different octave key right here is opening up. Both of these octave keys are small, like the tone hole connected to the saxophone is small, and spit tends to get stuck in there. So even when I was just playing now, I was worried, is there going to be spit in my high A? So every now and then, especially if you're about to play a recital piece, right before, put your fingers down for a high A. This one is going to open up. Put your mouth on it and blow really hard like this. Okay? Really hard. Not like this. Not like that. Like really a lot of force to try to get any spit that's in there to get out. Otherwise, it'll sound like low A when you're doing everything else right. Also, because of how this tone hole is shaped, there's often a hiss, like a little small hiss when you open it up. Some of my great colleagues have suggested wrapping a very sheer fabric around that, like a pantyhose, wrapping it around in between the tone hole and the pad. So that I'm not sure why, but it does help with that hiss. But it makes some of the other notes have some other issues. So just be careful with that. Something to keep in mind. And then for exercise number 4, what comes up a lot on this exercise is not playing into these rests. You've got quarter note rests. So with the younger kids, I would think of shh whenever you have a rest. So it's like da, shh, da, shh, da, shh, shh, like that. Don't play into the rest. I frequently hear students go da, da, da. Don't do that. So just stop right when the rest starts. Your note goes until the next note, and then it either changes notes or it stops notes. Other than that, same everything as the other exercises, not a whole lot new. We've got a pattern. Exercise 5. This can be very challenging for a lot of students. I think of this as like a review. One of the biggest challenges on this one is can you see any notes that are next to each other? Stepwise notes. It doesn't happen one single time, which means every single interval, every note going to every other note is an interval, mostly thirds. And that is a good challenge for reading these notes. So this is one of the first ones where when you're working on it, I would not work on it from start to finish and then play it again start to finish. Maybe 2 measures. Do 2 measures and repeat them until they're solid. Then do the next 2 measures, repeat those until they're solid, and so on. Okay, just keep on doing small sections, repeating, and move on. Once you get through the whole thing, go back and do it again. Like, don't just say, I got it. Keep reviewing it. Okay, the last one, more of the same kind of interval patterns, lots of leaps and everything. I don't have much that I usually say on this one. Just same, everything is pretty much the same on this one. I don't have a lot of comments. All right, well, I hope this was helpful for you on page 6. And if you have any questions, for sure, put a comment. You can also probably message me through whatever app you're on if you have any questions. I don't mind answering things within reason. But I hope you enjoy practicing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.